Shalom, shalom. All praise be to the Most High. I'm back with another quick video, so I'm just going to go ahead and get straight into it. So I want to pose a question. At what point is sending your representative or only showing the very best version of yourself being dishonest? At what point does it become problematic? And why am I asking this? Because it can be deceptive if you're pretending to be somebody that you're not. And I'll give a couple of examples for that shortly. But I'll go down my list real quick of how that can be problematic and the trouble that comes with that. And the first thing is going to be that you're going to get tired if you're playing a role, so to speak, and you're acting. You're eventually going to get tired of pretending to be whatever it is that you actually aren't, or whatever position that you're feeling that you don't really want to be in. And unfortunately, I've seen a lot of friendships and even marriages dissolve because of things like this. Secondly, it's going to cause resentment on your behalf, the dishonest party's behalf, because you're going to resent that person wanting you to be somebody other than who you are. And they're going to resent you for not being who you portrayed yourself to be. The problem is, if you send only the best representative or the best version of yourself, or what you feel like that person may want you to be, then they don't really know who you are. They never got a chance to really know who you are. And that may be a small aspect of who you are that they want and desire. Or it could be something completely and totally different that if they had a choice to choose to deal with this or that, they wouldn't choose that. And I'll give a quick example for context purposes. So let's say you're courting somebody with somebody and they want a housewife, but you're not, that's not your desire. That's not in you. You're not the housewife type. You don't mind doing certain duties, but you don't want to stay home. You don't want to cook 3 meals a day, all of those things, right? So if you start off that way, and I always believe you should start how you want to finish. If you start off that way, pretending like that's what you want and go along with it, eventually you'll get tired of it because that was never your desire. And so then you've defrauded that person out of what they really want and wasted both of you guys' time because that's never what you wanted. Even though you might have wanted to be with that person, they never got to choose if they really wanted to be with who you really are. In a friendship context, let's say I have a book club and I want my closest sisters to be in the book club and support me and things like that. If you know that's not your thing, then you can just decline. If you just want to check it out but say, no, I'm not sure, you wouldn't commit to that because the expectation is set for you to be diligent in that support and participation. And when you don't follow through because that's just not your thing, then it becomes problematic. I hope that makes sense. I hope those examples are clear. So we don't want to be dishonest. We don't want to be unauthentic. We definitely want to be fair in that because we want the same things for ourselves, right? We want people to be honest with us and genuine with us. So I want to get away from not being ourselves, being comfortable in our own skin, and just moving forward in that, and not following trends or doing what we feel other people want us to do. And sometimes we think we want things, but then when you look at the cost of what it takes to have and maintain that, it's not really what you want. So we just have to be our genuine, authentic selves, and those who will accept us, and those that won't, and that's fine. But everybody should have a choice based on honesty. And also, it can lead it can end badly. It could lead to bad situations, right? So I'll give another marriage context one where, okay, let's say, and this will segue into a future video. I'm not getting into that today, but if you are courting a man who wants multiple wives and you know from the beginning that is his desire, I do not recommend, if that is not your desire to participate in that type of marriage, that you continue on with that, because if and when it happens, and I mean, you pretended that you were along for the ride, knowing from the beginning, I'm speaking specifically to this instance, and then you switch up, is that fair? It's not fair. And vice versa, you know. So without getting too deep into any of that, I just want to encourage all of us to be our true, genuine, authentic selves. Love yourself, be yourself. That way people can choose to love you for exactly who you are, celebrate you, appreciate you, and embrace you. And no, everybody is not everybody's cup of tea, but honesty is always the best policy. So let those who will do choose you for who you are and not who you are projecting yourself to be. Just be you and remove all of the extra. All right. Be blessed. Shalom.